play this time?
Yeah, rolling.
Welcome to the Crafty Music Tips YouTube channel. My name is Crafty and this is yet another Sing It Live behind the sound video that I am very blessed to be a part of. That is a very genuine thing for me to say because, look, like I get a chance to play with a bunch of great people and get a great producer to make it sound really good. But if I had to pick my favorite thing, it would be playing songs that I never would usually probably choose to play. I won't tell a lie, like I've definitely dabbled with a little bit of Britney here and there. I remember myself and Dave Gleason doing Oops, I Did It Again live on Triple M radio in South Australia. That was fun. And every so often there might be a medley where some Britney just sneaks in at a live gig that I'm a part of, whether it's somebody else's instigation or me. So this is not something that I would say is on my top 5 to listen songs, but you know, there's something about a song that makes such an impression on the whole entire world. You know, this song was huge. Can you remember? What were you doing in 1998, 99 when Britney all of a sudden came onto the scene? You know, I remember that there was myself and a bunch of mates, you know, we're young, feeling like we're pretty tough males. And then, you know, we'd be like, Britney Spears. And then they'd be like, oh, no, don't listen to the music. But yeah, good outfit in the video.
I remember the late 90s. It was about the time when I was sort of shifting out of professional music performance because I'd just done so much touring and performing, and I think I was starting to feel the weight of that. And my kids were growing up, and I was just thinking that studio work was really where I wanted to go. So this is the time when my band doing sort of rock stuff, we occasionally had a girl singer, but we didn't do any of this sort of modern pop stuff. And you know how pop music is to a band at the time. I wasn't really keen on girly pop, but I remember Britney Spears, man, when I saw that film clip, and I just remember that Britney Spears, she was just so incredibly hot. And I think at the time, sort of, you know, most of the guys wanted her and most of the girls wanted to be her. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I thought that she was just really a great look, a fresh sound. She had attitude. Her performance was really flawless. And of course, Max Martin writing that song. I mean, I was just fresh into producing and I didn't know much about Max Martin. I certainly didn't know that he'd written that song at the time. And I think produced it as well. I mean, that's just, it's a masterpiece. The song itself has a lot of moving parts, but it's a genius piece of work.
Now, thinking back to when I first heard that song, I actually can't remember. And I don't know how old I was. I'm just going to keep really mysterious about my age. But I honestly generally don't remember how old I was, where I was when I first heard it. But I do remember growing up in church, of all places. I was in the youth group and there was a group of us girls that were in the dance team. Hey! And one of the girls would, she looked a little bit like Britney Spears and sounded like her. So I think she kind of idolized Britney at that time. So she would teach us some of the dance moves that she saw from the film clip. So I think that was my introduction to Britney Spears in church, in the house of the Lord, singing, oh, baby, baby. I don't know if I got into it as much. I just sort of knew the song because everybody sang it and I knew some of the dance moves. And I remember the pigtails and that short skirt that everybody wanted to wear. But I wasn't allowed to because my parents would have killed me. So that's my memory of the song.
Right, now my memories of the recording day, it was the usual fun in the room. I do remember being quite tired, so, you know, I had to draw some energy from somewhere. The power of Britney or something. And one thing I remember is we were just going through, just playing the intro, and Damien just gives me a suggestion. He says, why don't you invert the power chord? So instead of being root fifth, it's fifth below, an octave lower, and then the root. Yeah. And I must say I was pleasantly surprised. Not that Damien would give a great suggestion, but that he would suggest something so rock. And I loved it. It's fantastic. Doesn't really rock on this acoustic, but, you know, you get the idea. Now, here's the official lyrics. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh, baby, baby. I shouldn't have let you go, and now you're out of sight. Yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Oh, because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Doesn't read as great poetry, does it? I'm sure that there's worse, right? But I think, you know, the point being is that doesn't Chloe do such a great job of the great classic delivery? You know, like with lyrics like that, you need to have some pretty damn good delivery, and doesn't she do a great job?
I think it's a little bit better.
Okay. So when Darren asked me to sing Hit Me Baby One More Time, I laughed and I'm like, are you serious? Is this an actual song that you want me to perform? And he's like, you do it so great. The thing is I really struggled to do it in my voice, because anyone in the whole entire world would always just automatically go, oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? I mean, how can you sing it seriously? So that was actually a real struggle for me on the day of recording, to sing it like myself.
On the day we had 2 songs. We just did a song before lunch, a much more complicated, sort of more classical sort of track. And that one took a lot of effort, a lot of brain power. And I had also Zkye in singing backing vocals for that. We had many parts that I'd sent everyone in a vocal arrangement, so we all knew our parts. It was a lot to learn for that first song. The Britney song was meant to be the after lunch track that was a little bit more breathe easy because it had less moving parts. But, you know, just its famous last words. The track is really, it sounds really simple, but it's really hard to pull off. It is a complicated track to play and sing all those parts. Remember, we don't have backing singers, so to speak. I mean, we had Zkye on the day. She decided that she was going to sing, and she was going to sing double up one of your parts. And so I think we put Tzan on the unison in the chorus at the end. A lot of the stuff was taken off him with some part swapping.
But it was fun to record because we had done a double whammy that day, and Zkye was backing me for another song. And then she was going to go home, and I said, we're doing Britney Spears, why don't you stay? And she's like, oh, I'm not dressed for Britney. But she lived 2 minutes away. She goes, oh, but I do have this like little tartan skirt. I said, go home immediately. Go home and get changed and come back and learn the backing vocals immediately. And so she did.
We chomped on some food. Zkye bolted home and came back in that outfit. I think Chloe was upstairs at the time. She had her hair just normal and sort of down, you know, or frizzy, and then in comes Zkye with her pigtails, and I remember that Chloe just decided at that moment it was pigtails time.
I wish I went home to get changed because my outfit was atrocious. It didn't translate. That outfit is a stage outfit. Under lights, it looks much better on stage, not with a camera facing me. And I looked terrible. I looked so bad. The recording was super fun. I was actually in a show around the time we did the recording, and I was learning all this choreography. So all the moves were still fresh in my mind. So I actually stole some of those moves and put it in this recording, this song. And now I regret it.
How talented and hot are these girls? It's crazy. Zkye was unexpectedly singing in this song. We all had such a great time because she did. And I think it really added to that backing vocal thickness that we really did require to pull this song off. Yeah, for the overlap. My loneliness. You're doing that.
I'm doing the melody.
So remember the overlap in the double chorus.
Yeah,
so
I come in that.
My loneliness.
It's
You know, where she's doing the ad-lib. So as long as you're on the overlap.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's fine. There's also an R in there as well in the bridge where it goes, oh pretty lady, which or whatever.
If you're there, I can be there.
Okay. Yeah, like that.
Just at the end of the slow bit. So it goes.
That's it.
I was a little bit shocked when you walked in with a flying V, dude, but I mean, you know, rock songs, Kiss, and I suppose, yeah, makes sense now. And the little funky chicka-chow porn guitar, as we like to call it, is just right down the alley of Jan's little Fender Stratocaster sound. It was just absolutely lovely, and his little waka wah pedal. I think he did a fantastic job. How is the thumb slapping on Damien? I do regret not putting a GoPro on Damien. Sorry, Damien. I did use the side shot that you had set up there, Crafty, in the clip. Thank you very much for that footage. That really did show some of Damien's playing, but really, you know, he just sat in that pocket. He's not a guy who likes to thumb slap. You'd think all bass players love to do that, but no. Damien's not a thumb slapping guy. He really nailed that. As usual, fantastic rhythm section we've got here, and Mario, of course, as well. So, look, on the day, I think it was a bit stressful by the end. We had a lot to do and we were really tired. We gave all our energy in the last take, and I think we all knew that this second last one was really the best one. So thank goodness we talk after each take, and I can hear in the recording people talking and saying, you know, that was my best one or this and that, and that sort of helped me pick the take. So we had a lot of fun. It's really hard work, not just for me, for everyone. These guys work their butts off. They really, really work hard. And this song here may sound like a sort of just cruisy song. This is a really hard-working crew. The two songs that we recorded on this day, I could not do it with other people. These people are just special and so incredibly hard-working. Hey, look, I'm not just, you know, tooting their horn. They really are special. Show them all some love. They're just so fantastic. Great session.
What do they call it? Shadow.
It's like, what's it called? The Damien beats.
What do you have?
Where equals a
Double tracking.
Yeah, double track.
She's double tracking. Double tracking. The reason I breathe is you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this turned out, actually, because to be honest, I forgot that I brought my Flying V electric guitar. And so who knows, maybe that might have influenced Damien to have suggested something so rockin' for me to play, but I just sort of forgot the fact that I brought it. I was like, oh yeah, that's something that I would do. Yeah. Was it a good choice?
I love the song. Well, kind of love to hate it. Oh, baby, baby. Had a great time recording with everybody in the studio. And hate how it turned out. Visually.
How did it turn out? Well, look, I'm still working on it here. At this time, I'm still screwing around with the snare sound. You know, these little tiny things that seem to take forever. They seem like maybe it's micromanaging, but these mean such a big thing to me, and you guys probably don't care. The snare snaps, the video, the different shots and how they're color graded together, the count-in, do I keep it? The whole thing is pretty, it's still... It's still a work in progress all the way up until just the last hours just before I go to bed, before we drop, because, you know, it's 8:30 in the morning here on a Saturday morning when it drops. So I'll just work through till beer o'clock on Friday night. And it's not quite there yet. So I'm really happy so far. I think I'm almost there with the mix and with the color grade. I think it's pretty good. Just the reverb, make sure it's right, Darren. Get it right. We're all in one space. So many microphones, all with bleed. So it already sounds like there's a reverb in the room. You don't even care about what I'm saying. You don't even care, do you? You don't really care, do you? Someone has to care about this stuff, right? Someone has to care. I hope that you're happy with the way that it turned out. And maybe I wish that we did it maybe a beat or two per minute faster. To me, it seems to drag a touch. Perhaps it's the same tempo as the original, so maybe that's a thing. Maybe you don't think so. I hope you like it. Worked our butts off for this one. Thanks everyone involved, and thanks for watching.